Yeah, let's start in. In this session, we are going to discuss Snowflake integration with PySpark team. As part of Snowflake integration with PySpark, what kind of what kind of implementations we are going to do with this combination, Snowflake integration with PySpark team. Yeah, let's start understanding it. Let me open Paint. Let me explain diagrammatically. Let's say this is my Snowflake, and Snowflake backend may be any cloud. Snowflake backend may be any cloud. Example, currently Snowflake is supporting AWS cloud, and Snowflake is supporting Azure, and Snowflake is supporting GCP. Currently, Snowflake is supporting 3 cloud environments. Let's say this is my Snowflake. Snowflake. And different clouds. Okay. Let's say this is my Snowflake cloud. Snowflake cloud. And coming to PySpark, PySpark, we have different components of it. Let's say this is my PySpark. PySpark. Let's say this is PySpark. In PySpark, we have different components. We have PySpark core programming, PySpark core programming, and PySpark SQL, PySpark SQL, and PySpark streaming. Okay, PySpark streaming, and it has PySpark graphics, and PySpark ML or emblem. Okay, we have different components in a PySpark. So how we connect Snowflake with PySpark? Okay. How we can connect is we can use a JDBC or ODBC driver. So take we can install JDBC or ODBC driver. Using JDBC ODBC driver, we can create a connection between our PySpark application with Snowflake team. So we are going to create connection between PySpark application and PySpark application and Snowflake using any one driver. Snowflake provides JDBC or ODBC driver. We can install JDBC or ODBC driver into our PySpark location installation path. Then we create a connection between Snowflake and PySpark team. Then once we install, what kind of applications we are going to do? First one, data ingestion activity. Let's say data ingestion activity. We have files in local machine, or we have files in S3 location, or we have files in Azure Blob, or we have files in GCP, or we have files in uh, sorry, Linux file system, or we have files in some other storage location. So we are going to do data ingestion. So we are going to do what? Data ingestion activity. We connect input source, then we load the data into Snowflake tables. Let's say in Snowflake we have raw tables. So we load complete data into raw table. And also we can apply CDC, change data capture. So we can also do change data capture implementation. Can anyone tell me what is CDC? Hmm. Yep. Okay. Types just now leave. Just tell me the purpose of CDC. Change data capture. Okay. Full. Hmm. 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 Come again. Hmm. Yeah. Correct. Let's say in Snowflake we have data, but we got a new data. Let's say data is already existed. Then we want to update the latest data. This is one. Other work, other activity. Let's say patient one. Example, let's take patient one. So if you use patient ID as a entry in our data stores like RDBMS and data warehouses, it cannot accept same patient ID. Yes or no? But I want old treatment details also. So old record we put in delete, but we actually we do not want to delete. We want to mark as a delete, and latest record we want to insert. We need old data, we need latest data, but if user wants to data of patient one, we return only latest data. But old data we mark it as delete. You are correct. Someone said we have different types of CDC. Purpose of CDC, understand uh, we have old data in our Snowflake and we got new data and we want to update new data into data warehouse or RDBMS. Correct. So such type of implementations we can implement using PySpark. Next one. Next one. Let's say I have data already. I want to apply transformations. Then I want to load it. I want to transform. I want to load it into Snowflake. Instead of data ingestion, what I want to do, I want to implement ETL operation through the PySpark and result I want to persist into Snowflake. So we can implement ETL operations using this combination of PySpark and Snowflake team. So ETL, extract data from different sources. Okay. Then transform, and then load. So extract the data from different sources. Okay. Then extracted data we can load into our Snowflake. So these kind of implementations we can implement using this PySpark and Snowflake combination. And next one thing, streaming. Next one is streaming. Some file system like log location, data continuously generating. I want to read that continuous streaming data, and I want to apply some processing, and I want to convert the data into tabular format. Then I want to store the data into Snowflake tables. Then streaming also we can go with PySpark and Snowflake combination. Streaming implementation. Yeah, sure. Tell me. Correct. Live data. Yeah. Let's say, give me one more example. Let's say somewhere, uh, let's say, let's say some location, let's say this is log location. Log location, we are getting continuous data, means real-time data or streaming data. Continuously data is generating. So such type of data we can capture using PySpark, apply processing techniques, then convert this data into structured form, because our final target is Snowflake, right? Then store the data into Snowflake table. So these kind of applications also people uses PySpark integration with Snowflake. And next one, in my Snowflake, data already existed. On that data, I want to apply machine learning operations. History of data already presented in Snowflake. On that data, I want to apply machine learning or data science techniques. So there is one component called PySpark ML or MLib. Using that PySpark ML or MLib, we can implement machine learning or future predictions. So to implement machine learning, we can study it on data presented in Snowflake. If you want to implement future predictions, we use PySpark ML and we implement machine learning algorithms on this history of data. Assume you have 10 years of sales data. 10 years of sales data. Let's say this Snowflake contain e-commerce. Let's say e-commerce like Amazon, Flipkart, kind of e-commerce application. They are running from past to 10 years, and we have that 10 years data into Snowflake data warehouse. Then our requirement is near we are getting 31st and January 1st. And in India, there is a festival called Pongal, or we call it as Sankranti in Telugu. In other states, we call it as Pongal. So they want to sell their products 25th December Christmas and 31st December and January 1st and Pongal festival. They want to do more business in these four occasions. So they want to do analysis on the history of data. Then they use this PySpark ML. They implement machine learning techniques, and they will they will apply future predictions. Let's say they will take 10 years of data in Christmas Day. What are the products mostly selling area wise or city wise? And next to coming Christmas, assume they will maintain corresponding products in that branch, similar to 31st, 1st, and Pongal Day. Such kind of future predictions they can implement using this PySpark with Snowflake combination stream. Let me add one more important point here, Tim. Prerequisites, Tim. Prerequisites for this course. First one, you should know Python, you should know PySpark, PySpark, and you should know Snowflake. Snowflake, at least minimum knowledge, Tim. At least minimum knowledge. Minimum knowledge. Let's say you do not have minimum knowledge. Then I will try to explain, try to understand. I will try to explain while creating a applications or use cases or real-time scenarios. I will explain step by step, step by step. But I recommend you should have a minimum knowledge of these technologies. Okay. And these are add-on advantage to your Snowflake career. You may be pure Snowflake developer. You may be working Snowflake with different tools like DBT and some other tools, Informatica, some other tools. You are working, uh, you are working with these kind of environments. Then PySpark integration with the Snowflake is a good choice, and having lot of projects and lot of opportunities, and uh, you will get a better package with Snowflake integration with other ETL tools. If you have a PySpark knowledge, PySpark with Snowflake integration knowledge, you will get more opportunities, more packages, and I can also say it is entry point for your data engineering career.